Hey, what's up, y'all? Shaun here, and today I want to talk to you guys about how the handle is truly your friend. Because most of the time when riders are learning, they feel like, all right, handle, I need you, but man, you feel like you're trying to pull me on my face. And this has to do with whether you're on a wakeboard, water skis, wake surf, or even barefooting. I want to talk to you about how the handle is truly your friend. It should be part of every moment of everything you do. It should feel like it's the third leg of a tripod, meaning, think about it, if you get onto like a shuttle bus or something, let's get away from that noise. So if you think about it, if you're ever on like a shuttle or some kind of bus and it takes off, what you do is you grab onto something so that you have 3 points of contact or a tripod. And so you can actually have that same feeling when you're wakeboarding. One of the first things I do when I coach people is I teach them that, hey, that handle is truly your friend, and I want to show you what that feels like. It should be part of everything that you do on a wakeboard. So the first thing I do is I have to go out next to the wake and reach really far forward. And I say, okay, reach really far forward. That doesn't feel good. That's what I call disconnected, and I'm going to explain that. So now I want you to make that bad feeling go away. And so what they do is they stand up. And when you arch your back, what you do is you are stacking up all of your bones. It's just using your bone structure to receive all of the push and also to lean against the pull. And that is what we are talking about today, push and pull. So whether you're on water skis, wakeboard, anything on the water, we're always getting pushed. And if you want to keep going, you got to hang on to the pull. And so when you understand that whether you want to get air or not get up into the air has to do with where are you absorbing one of those energy sources, the push and the pull, because we are truly riding energy. So the next thing I have to do is I say, I want you to cut as hard as you can. And so what they do is they are gonna squat down like this because it feels like they're cutting hard. When you're squatting, yes, you can cut hard, but you're working unnecessarily. So I say stack up, lean against the line, and rather than put your bottom down to the water, put your shoulders back to the water. When you do that, you're stacking up your bones and you're leaning against the line. What that does is that puts you on top of the push, and that allows you to lean against the pull, and most importantly, it puts your connection between the push and the pull at your core. Now watch this. I'm going to go over these rollers right here, and I'm only going to absorb in the push on these. This is me absorbing in the push. Now on these next rollers, I'm going to absorb in the pull. This is when people get nervous, when they do this. What's happening there is their body is becoming part of the pull. So anytime that you're riding, if you start to absorb into the pull, that is the, oh no, this is not feeling good. So notice the difference. I'm gonna lean against the line, put my shoulders back, and when I show people, this is something you can do yourself, is I want you to squat on top of the push. Do not move. That allows you to lean against the line and keep your connection down in your core the entire time. So if you're gonna practice any kind of drill while you're riding, start out here on the heel side, lean against the line, feel the support in your shoulders, feel the connection of the push and the pull in your hips, and just drop down. Try to not go out any farther. If you're going out and you're leaning really hard, then that is where you realize you don't have to lean hard to stay out there if you stack up. And as you squat, you're gonna feel your muscles engage, staying kind of right outside the wake and then back up. That shows you that the rope should be part of every moment of everything you do. All right, now we're gonna talk about just staying on the high pressure. This is getting a little bit technical, but watch this. This is really cool when I realize this. Right now, I am straddling where I am breaking water. That is the high pressure point, okay? And that allows me to feel like I have equal weight over both feet, leaning against the line. But experiment with shifting your weight over your back foot. The way you do that, straighten out your front leg, put all of your weight onto that back foot, and notice now that water is breaking near my back foot. And this is me doing what I call leaning behind the line. All right, here's a place you can practice. Watch this. I'm going to lean against the line. I'm only going to absorb in the push. Absorbing in the push. Absorbing in the push. Not absorbing into the pull. All right. So you can go from shifting your weight on the back foot, all that high pressure is near my back foot. Now we're gonna go the other way. I'm gonna lean all my weight. Notice that high pressure is now near my front foot. That is leaning ahead of the line. So here we are. This is what it all comes down to, summed up. Leaning against the line, letting the rope be where all of your power, balance, and control comes in, and you're staying on top of that high pressure by not going behind the line or ahead of the line, just against the line. So when you start to ride, you can start using these concepts, whether you're doing 180s leaning against the line, whether you're doing an ollie, don't absorb into the pull, whether you're doing wake slides. This is where the handle is always part of everything you do. So I'm gonna ride. I'm gonna go just a little bit faster. Yeah, I can control the boat from here a little bit. And we're gonna speed up just a little. My rope currently is 55 feet. I'm going 18.5 miles an hour and 0 ballast. All right. So what we're looking for here is leaning against the line the whole time. Now how much you lean determines how much power you get. But notice I'm using a load release off the wake jumps, staying against the line to where I feel line tension. Ooh, little splash. All the way through. I've honestly been working on this where I feel the line tension not just here, but here, and then down. I absorbed a little bit into the pull on that. Here's a 180, trying to keep that handle very still through the whole process. Staying tall, do not absorb in the pull on the takeoff, but absorb in the push on landing for soft landing. I'm gonna come up short on purpose here. Absorbing in the push. I'm gonna do it this way as well. Here comes an absorb and push. Woo. Didn't feel great, but it feels a lot better than absorbing in the pull, going out the front. All right, so does that start to make sense? Because when I start to show people that that handle really should be part of everything that you're doing on the water, and the push and the pull, that is two different things that can really make a difference in how you feel riding. If you feel like you're going like this, of letting your body become part of the rope essentially, that is what you've got to go and make sure that you are staying on top of that high pressure, staying on the push. If you don't want to get into the air, absorb. Like this, here, watch. Here's me absorbing. Absorb, absorb. Do it this way. I'm absorbing the push, absorb. Okay? As opposed to, this is me absorbing into the pull. That. This is why people get so scared riding. Where they're absorbing in the pull. Whoa, like that. Do not do that. So I'm going to cut about the same, a little bit harder, just to get across, standing tall, generating the power. When you're on top of it, even when you're doing flips, watch how the handle stays still the whole thing. When I see people let the handle go out, that's when you know they're in trouble. I'm going to do just a couple more flips, being conscious of the handle, staying still the whole time. One more switch roll. Whoa, had to absorb the push on that one. Well, there you go, there you have it. First-hand experience coming up short. And hopefully, this can show you guys how this can help anything. It doesn't matter if you're slalom, skiing, wakeboarding, whatever. Make sure that you are staying on top of the push, leaning back against the line. Do not absorb into the pull. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to put those below. I love doing it. This is one of my favorite passions, sharing information with you guys who go out in the water, have low risk, high reward. Always appreciate it when you like and share. That does honestly mean a lot to me. If you don't subscribe, maybe consider doing that no matter what you're doing. Always enjoy your ride. Peace.